Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for the continuous support, suggestions and phone calls. Today we have an inspiring vlog for you in collaboration with the 4-H Club acting manager, Ms Natalee Byfield. Today she plans to highlight one of our youth farmers in the parish of St. Thomas. It's an amazing vlog, guys. Stay tuned.
Hello, I am Natalee Byfield, parish manager acting for St. Thomas 4-H Clubs. Today we'll be featuring our young youth pig farmer Charlene Anderson at our location today. This is one of our first videos or highlights in our Youth in Agriculture series where we demonstrate youth entrepreneurship and promoting climate change. Follow us as we go on this journey with our young pig farmer.
Hi everyone, my name is Ms Peta Gay Watson. You would have known me from other videos where I have featured small ruminants with Khalil Brown. Rather, we do not only focus on small ruminants, but we work with all the farmers. Broiler, layers, pigs, goats, sheep, bees, and the list goes on. We also collaborate with the other stakeholders such as the 4-H clubs to ensure that the information is being disseminated to our farmers effectively and in a timely manner. For more information, feel free to visit the RADA office at Belfast Road, Morants Bay. And here you can also find the 4-H, which has various programs for youth in agriculture. We focus on climate smart strategies and improving and increasing the livelihoods of our youth in Jamaica. Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Mirax Farm. I'm Charlene Anderson. I'm a past student of the College of Agriculture, Science and Education where I did an associate degree in general agriculture and then bachelor's degree in environmental science. I'm a mom of a son who is 2 years old. I operate an 8-sow unit that can hold up to approximately 150 pigs. On a daily basis, the first thing I do is visit the farrowing unit where I walk through to ensure that all the sows that have farrowed is doing okay, is milking okay, and the piglets are doing okay. Then I would visit the gestation unit and let the boar out to ensure that the pigs that are on heat, what he's supposed to be doing where sanitation is concerned. Because you know that sanitation is a big part of the pig unit. After I finish walking the farrowing unit, I would then visit the gestation unit where I ensure that all the pigs that have come on heat are serviced by the boar. After that, I ensure that everything around the unit is doing okay. I'm having a 9-to-5 job. This is my livelihood and I have to ensure that everything is alright. I would walk to ensure that the worker that is working here is doing what he's supposed to be doing where sanitation is concerned.
Okay, so Charlene, tell us, why do you have this setup? What is this operation called? And tell us, how do you manage?
Alright, so this is the farrowing unit. I have this set up because, as you know, you don't want the mothers to, when they're laying down, to feed the piglets, to crush the piglets in the process. So we have to kind of separate the mothers from the piglets. But in the meantime, giving the piglets free access to roam the entire unit. As you can see, we have 2 forms of feeding system in one crate. That's the mother's feed. They normally get lactation after they're farrowed. And the piglets at 5 days old, we would give them pre-start because we wouldn't want them to start eating their mother's feed, which will in turn give them scouring. So to prevent scouring, we introduce feeding at an early stage. Okay. And if you look closely, you'll see a makeshift box that we introduced to the farrowing unit. This is to prevent the piglets from sleeping directly on the floor, which is cold. You know that piglets require heat. Okay. So we give them heat and then we put the coconut fire for additional heating. We also have a heating lamp, which we give them during the night. It's summer now, so it's kind of hot, so we don't give them during the day. No. Only at night if it's extremely chilly. On a daily basis, the first thing we do once we come into the unit is we spray because we don't want the herd substance to go in the filter system that we have at the back. After we scrape, then we use the push broom, bleach and disinfectant to wash each pen separately. The brooms that we use here in the foreign unit is not used anywhere else in the unit because we don't want to carry disease from, if there is any disease on the farm, from the gestation unit to the foreign unit, because we know that piglets are more susceptible to disease. We rotate disinfectant, like every month we don't use the same disinfectant. So every other month is a different form of disinfectant. So we use the bleach and the disinfectant, and then we use white lime, or we use J's, yes, or we use J's.
Alright, so Charlene, what are some of the activities you carry out after the sow has farrowed?
Right, so once I come to the unit and I see that the sow is doing okay in terms of she's active, she's standing, she's drinking water, and the piglets are doing okay and she's tending to them, I'll check the umbilical cords to see if they're dry. Once they're dry, and if they're too long and touching the ground, I use a clipper to cut the navel cords that are strong, are tall. And after that, if it's a batch of piglets that I want to cut the tails, I'll go ahead and I'll remove the tails. After I cut them, I'll use iodine or I'll use the purple dressing to put on it to prevent any form of infection. I'll use the teeth clipper after sanitizing it to cut the teeth. After 4 days, I would normally castrate all the males. This is to prevent inbreeding as you move.
As the castration will allow Ms. Anderson to raise both males and females in one pen in case she doesn't have enough space.
Hey.
Hi, welcome to the gestation unit, and this is where we walk the boar on a daily basis to see if the pigs that have already farrowed and have been weaned comes back and eat. If they're on eat, we'll let them in the passage, and we'll let the boar out, and then we do the servicing in the passage. That's it.
So, Ms. Anderson, what breed animals do you have on your farm?
Mostly we have large white as well as Duroc.
Any special reason why you have these two?
We have them because they're readily available. In terms of if we're going to do artificial insemination, we normally get a Duroc semen if we purchase it. So this is why we have mostly Durocs.
Okay. Any difference in the meat quality from your observation?
The difference in the meat quality to me is with the large white, you have mostly fatty meat, while the Duroc is mostly to the leaner side.
Alright. You want to show us your fattening here now?
So this is fattening unit 1. As you can see, they have just been fed, so they're kind of busy eating. And over here is fattening unit 2. They're placed in the fattening unit according to their age.
Okay, so you separate them by age?
Yes.
And do you have a target weight that you look for?
Target weight? Yes, of course.
What's your target weight?
150 to 200 pounds.
Okay. And what months you get them to that weight?
6 months, 6 months.
Okay, perfect. Well, you keep your records. I see you have some boards up here.
I have boards as well as I have a book that I do my records every Sunday or every other Sunday, depending on how busy I am. We all know the importance of quarantine. This is my quarantine pen. This is my sick bay. All the pigs that have experiencing some form of illness, we'll put them here. Whether they're being bitten by other pigs, we'll move them and put them here to prevent further damage.
So tell us some of the problems you have on your farm.
Mostly ear biting.
Oh, okay.
Yes, or mostly sometimes they'll come and you'll see that most of the coating is bruised because they have been fighting. If you look closely, you can see on this one ear, it's damaged.
Sure.
Down.
Okay, the ear is right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, question. Tell us a little bit more about this board that you have up here. So you have pen to number of feed, amount of feed, type of medication, the amount.
Alright, the importance of this board. Say you're a visitor, you come to the farm. You don't have to come and count the amount of pigs that's in the pen. It's already on the board. As well as, say for instance, the person that is working on the farm is not here. And I ask somebody to come on the farm to feed for me. They can look on the board and know the amount of feed that should be given to each pen. And the type of feed also. So this is my general record table where I update this like every other Sunday. And this is just a simple guide for the workman. So once he comes in on a Monday, he'll check the board to see the amount of feed that each pen should be given, as well as the type of feed, because on a given week, the feed can be changed. So each pen will not be given the same amount of feed for the week or the previous week. It will change depending on the age of the pigs. It can be changed based on mortality, as well as, like I've stated before, the age of the pigs.
How often do you weigh animals?
Every other week. This is the nursery pen. After we remove them from the frying unit, we would normally place them in this pen where we feed them ad-lib feed to kind of regularize the weight, as well as to feed them medication water to prevent any form of scoring or any form of disease. After 3 weeks, we remove them from the nursery pen, place them in the fattening units.
What kind of feed you feed them inside?
Here we would normally introduce the pre-starter, like I've stated before, from the frying unit. So once they come into the nursery pen, we'll continue giving them pre-starter mixed in it with starter feed. After the first 2 weeks, then we start to introduce the grower feed by mixing it with the starter feed. Alright, so ad-lib feed is feed that is given to the piglets without restriction. So they always have feed, so it's continuous feed being in the feed bin. So Mirax Farm is not just Mirax Farm, it is Mirax Farm and Butchery, where we have a slaughterhouse where we slaughter all of our own animals. We also do jerk now and again, so once you want a piece of meat to be jerked, we can do that for you. We also do, as you can see, we also do packaging of meats that we send to restaurants in Kingston every Tuesday and every Thursday. You know that the meat is not just sustainable. We have to add value added things. Welcome to Mirax Farm's Slaughterhouse. This is the olden era. On a given day, if let's say we're going to be slaughtering on a Thursday, we take the animals here from the Wednesday so that they can be rested and not too excited. Let's take it.
So at the slaughterhouse, Ms. Anderson slaughters the pigs, goats, and chicken, and the cattle as well. So for her workers, because you know sanitation is key when you're handling meat or any form of food. So her workers, as they enter the slaughterhouse, they have to sanitize their hands using the wash station here. Then they would actually enter into the area and then sanitize all the equipment that they would be using. So the table, you'd realize that she has the stainless steel table. So this is easy to be sanitized, and it is recommended by the Public Health Authority to be used when processing any form of meat. So for pigs, let's say on a given day that she's going to slaughter a pig. The pigs are taken from the holding area into this area where they are stunned. After they are stunned, they are taken into this room where they are hung and they are cut to facilitate the drainage of the blood. Also in this area, the evisceration and the cleaning up of the carcass takes place. Also, they also dress the animals or make the special cuts so that they can prepare it for marketing. For the chickens, around that area, they actually stun the chicken, allow the chicken to bleed out after cutting the jugular vein, and then the chicken in the hot water. Then this is a plucker, which is taken closer. The chickens are placed in here to be defeathered. After defeathering, they are then placed, rinsed off and placed on the table for evisceration. During the evisceration process, which is actually removing the intestines and the giblets from the inside, the edible parts are then separated, placed separately, and the intestines are then placed in a container to be disposed. After the evisceration process, the chickens are then washed in a clean water and then put in a container to be chilled prior to packaging to be transported to the cooling station or the freezer. And Ms. Anderson, she is in touch with the Public Health Authority, so every time that she's doing a slaughtering of any kind of animal, the Public Health Authority comes here to check her animals and pass that animal, or the carcass rather, to be edible for the consumers.
MFK all day, baby.
So this is our cold storage. Presently, it is not in operation. Hopefully by next year, we can have it up and running. We're just awaiting some funding to have it operational. We're not only thinking about slaughtering and selling right away, we're thinking about the future, cold storage, packaging, branding, you know. So you want to meet, we have it readily available for you. I implore all the young people out there that's not working presently or who is going to school, you don't need a lot of money to really start a business. All you need is like a small piece of land, buy a one pig, go out there and just do your thing, seek advice. Also engage in the Jamaica 4-H and RADA, they're there to assist you. Eyebrow is there, just call up Khalil, they're there to assist you, just reach out and people are there to help you. Once you're ready and you're serious, they're there for you. Hi, welcome to Ms Farm. I'm Charlene Anderson. I operate a this one.